You're listening to Key West Beer Tales, the sum of all beers, brought to you by the Cork and Stogie, 1218 Duval Street, Key West, Florida. The facts and opinions of the show and its staff are prone to exaggeration, error, and conjecture, and are often given under the influence, always given under the influence of drinking beer. After all, this is a beer show. It's about beer, and we are busily drinking it while discussing its merits, so what did you expect? Slurring, laughing loudly, name-calling, and belching are par for the course, so it's best if you imbibe with us in a responsible manner, just to get into the spirit. We always welcome your comments, whether we actually pay attention to them or not. Thanks for listening.
Prost!
Hey!
Welcome to the Key West Beer Tales.
The sum of all beers.
In sunny Key West?
Yeah.
That's why we live here.
Actually, we're at 1218 Duval Street, sunny Key West. We're at the Cork and Stogie. Having a lot of fun.
And tonight is a really, really, really special evening and honor because we have the representatives from the Steigl Brewery who have always been one of our favorites. If you've heard our shows, we've already done 2 shows with the Steigl Brewery.
Right.
They've always got the highest accolades. And today we have, well, in American we'd call it a CEO. In Austria they have a different name for it, but he's essentially the CEO. We have Robert here from the Steigl Brewery, and it's a very big honor to have you, Robert.
Welcome, Robert.
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you very much.
Thank you for coming here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And,
Cheers.
and
Cheers.
Prost.
Prost.
Prost. We have to do the prost.
And what else are we drinking but Steigl?
Now we're drinking some
Absolutely.
Steigl.
You know, and as I've said,
I enjoy this already.
Yeah, it's a good time.
we're drinking beer, and we're drinking Steigl beer
on
at
the
that.
radio.
So yeah, I'm gonna not tell the same story I've told about this beer.
Go ahead,
probably
Mark.
twice. No, I mean, but the first time I had this, I was DJing in Vienna actually. And it was.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was cold out. It was snowing, and my buddy, who he's from Vienna actually. We were walking down the street. And we walked up to what we call street meat here. It's basically like a sausage place on the cart.
We've had fun with the German word on that because it's completely illiterate, I'm sure, in German. But we'll get into that later. Go ahead, Mark.
But yeah, I mean, he was like, "You absolutely have to get, a sausage and a Steigl," and I was like, I had never had Steigl before. This is probably 2006. I'd never had Steigl before, and then it's like this beautiful romantic scenario where I'm like eating this awesome sausage and it's snowing in Vienna and then drinking the beer, and it was like, wow, it's damn good beer. It was like a lot of fun.
I don't know your friend, but he is perfect, fantastic,
Yeah.
So I like that.
See, Mark's a DJ, and he has traveled all over the world to
literally
play
all
music.
over.
Literally
He's been everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been a lot of places, and he's drunk a lot of beers in a lot of places.
A lot of foreign beers in foreign lands.
Okay.
Although he's drunk, where he drank them, they were domestic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
He drank
not
the beer of
imported.
the
Everywhere.
land.
I mean, he's been to the Far East. He's been through Europe. Mark, how long was your stay in Europe as a whole?
Well, so I basically lived there for like about a year, 9 months.
Cool.
Okay.
But I've been back a bunch of times since then, and it's one of my favorite places in the world to go is Europe, and especially Germany and Austria. Really great people, really great beer folklore and history. It's a lot of fun there. I've been to Salzburg
Okay.
Good. 2 times.
Most important part of the trip,
Yes.
Yes, of course.
because of, as you all know, that's the home of the Steigl Brewery.
Yeah,
I
that's-
just might sneak that in.
But you want to give us a little background on the brewery?
That'd be fabulous if you could give us like a little bit of history or something like that.
Well, I'd love to. I mean,
please.
we are kind of without being arrogant, but for American standards, we're kind of old.
Yeah.
So we were founded in 1492.
Okay.
So this is 522. Is it true? No, yeah, 522 years.
Well, it's interesting because Columbus discovered discovered, quote unquote,
Now-
America in 1492.
Yeah.
the same
Now
year.
you see how lucky the guy
fantastic.
was.
That's
If
outstanding.
Steigl wouldn't have been founded, nobody would know Columbus, right? That's the thing, right?
Exactly.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
well,
Fantastic. Yeah.
well, actually, that's a question on each and every Salzburg school
Yeah?
for all the kids. I mean, we did not force it, but every teacher in Salzburg, if you're in the first or second grade,
Yeah.
when they learn about, or maybe it's the third, I don't know, when they learn about Columbus in,
Yeah.
1492,
Yeah.
they all immediately get the same quote. And by the way, our Steigl brewery in Salzburg was founded in the same year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's kind of neat. So
that's great.
That's how the Salzburg kids grow up. I mean, I know it's not politically 100% correct, but
who cares?
It's part of our city, you know.
No, that's
It's-
fantastic.
It's
I think
part
that's
of,
great.
of the whole thing.
I think that's fantastic. But also it also establishes the Steigl Brewery as being. It didn't just pop up last week. It's been around for
Yeah.
It's
It's been around, and
yeah.
it's there. We can show to the world and to our customers and fans. We have some proof that we might have made mistakes, like every company in the world, but overall it went quite smoothly and good, and it's okay. We like it this way, and we are certainly. We want to keep on the next 522 years.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And I have to say this while I'm here. The most important thing and the most important goal is to stay independent. We are family owned, so I report to the owner,
Excellent.
and I think that is something very important.
Now, how long have you been with the brewery? I mean, obviously you haven't been there for 500 years.
No,
But-
I know it looks like, but it's
no.
not
Actually,
true.
you look pretty good for your age if you're 500 years old. But how long
Thank
have
you.
How
Okay.
how long have you been the director?
I'm there for 12 years.
Excellent, fabulous.
years.
And so it's not like you came on last year.
No, I didn't. I didn't come on
in
last
other
year.
in other capacities that's good, but in a director's capacity, you know everything that's going on.
Well,
you get a report.
we have about 700 people in the brewery, and they would probably, they don't want me to know everything. And I tell you, in a lot of cases, it's important that you don't know everything.
You don't
But
know.
I would say we get along pretty good. And yes, I know certain things that I should know.
It's
Yeah,
a very
that's a
harmonious
good answer.
environment,
You know
right?
what you should know, and
Well, I think that's a big secret. You don't want to be the
Yeah.
nosy guy, and
Yeah.
everybody says,
Yeah.
"Oh, here comes Mr. Super Important again."
Yeah.
You have to get the I don't know the how you call it on the freeway the
the median. Median.
Leitplanken in German. Oh, I don't know.
The
So-
Einblock, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, the
and
median.
Yeah,
The
the median.
strip. You know
Yeah.
which
and
lane
then
goes which way.
but
Yeah.
the road
Yeah.
and the pace they have to go themselves, and
Yeah.
you have to enable them to do good job. I think
What's the
sounds.
speed? What's the speed limit in Germany or
No.
in Austria?
Well,
on the highway?
we have a speed limit in
Yeah.
Austria, which
Yeah,
I
they
don't
in
fancy
Germany.
too much.
Yeah. I'm just teasing on that one.
Well, but we want we want to go on, and that's important.
Good.
And I think that's important for our business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some of the prepared questions, so I was gonna
let's hit
ask.
some
Sure,
of those.
prepared questions.
Yeah,
Dave-
I had a
Dave
couple
had-
prepared, and
Dave, of
and-
course, is the bar owner,
and
Yeah.
and Dave has some questions that
He's the
came
man
up
who
with.
started it all in
He
Key
is.
West,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
well,
He's
let's face it.
Dave is the oracle of Key West as far as bar owners
Wait,
go,
wait,
in my
wait.
opinion.
And the Oracle of Steigl.
or
Yeah.
Steigl.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Not really?
So
if
yes.
okay.
if
Well,
where
let
does the
Dave go.
water come from?
The water comes right outside the doors of our brewery from a big, tall mountain. It's called the Untersberg. And, it's going to be washed through that
It's in
mountain.
it sounds like
over
in English. It
decades
sounds
and-
like it would be what we call an artesian well.
Well, we don't dig in the ground. We get it from the mountain.
Oh, really?
It ends up
it's
in
like-
Mother Earth, but
Okay,
we
so
take
it's
it from
like
there.
ice that's melting, snow.
No,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's rain, and it goes through. I really don't know the English
Yeah.
but when it gets on the mountain, it filters through the mountain. It takes, I don't know how many thousand years, and we take it from the bottom.
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
It is crystal clear, extremely clean alpine water.
Wow.
That's a given. That's a given.
Awesome.
Yeah. And you
Sounds
know,
really refreshing.
it's I hate to tell now every other second how brilliant our beer is, but a very important thing is when you are out there and you party and you like it. I mean, there's a lot of good beers out there. A lot of decisive things happen the morning after.
Really?
And for the morning after, you need to have the proper ingredients, the proper water, those kind of things.
Yes.
And that's something that we get very high respected for from our customers. If you have one or two too much, which happens, seldom, rarely, but it happens.
Once in a while.
The morning after is a good morning and not a completely hangover morning.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Very important, I think.
I think so.
So it's a clear, clean alpine water. It's the barley, the hops coming from Austria only, and well, you know that. I mean, the purity law. It's important for us.
Yeah.
15, 16, a little younger than the brewery, but
it's from the Reinheitsgebot.
Reinheitsgebot, yes.
Yeah. All right, Dave. What other questions do you have there? I know you have a series.
Well,
so this is really cool.
Well, if I could mention really quick.
It's just a few questions actually that I brought up, and you already answered a couple without me asking them. But go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
I just want to mention we're at the Cork and Stogie. I just want to mention you're listening to Key West Beer Tales of Some of Our Beers. We're at the Cork and Stogie, 1218 Duval Street, sunny Key West.
That's why we all live here.
That's right.
And so a couple of the other questions is, if you wanted someone to know just one thing about Steigl beer, what would it be?
That is a tough question.
It is a tough question, yeah.
My number one answer would be it is an extreme high quality, clear, clean beer that represents tradition and modern times.
Yep, good answer.
I would say
like
so.
That. I like that.
Excellent. And you, as you adhere, meaning you follow the Reinheitsgebot. Yeah. That means you only use straight barley malt, water, hops, and yeast.
Yes.
Nothing else.
That's true.
And what you were mentioning is it has to be the German hops.
Well, actually, it's the Austrian hops.
They have an Austrian hops that come from the top
I apologize.
help me
the
if
Austrian
I'm
hops.
wrong. But you have a very unique hop that you use, which is from Austria, and I think it's from the northern part of Austria. Is that
it
correct?
comes from it's Upper Austria.
Yeah.
The so-called Mühlviertel.
And what's the name of the hop?
Well, it's Mühlviertel Hopfen. It's different hop types, of course, but we take pride in saying it's 100% Austria.
Yeah.
So the water, hops.
It's not like you're getting from the Czech Republic or Germany. It's your
I,
own
I,
hop.
I would never blame that. I think that Saaz Hopfen from the Czech Republic, Hallertau Hopfen from Bavaria.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not here to talk bad about any other.
Because
this is great
but
things.
what we're saying here is that the Austrian hop is it's kind of a hop that is it's not acknowledged by the world, but it's as good as any hop there is.
Well, I would say so in combination with the knowledge and the professionalism of the brewmasters.
Sure, yeah.
Because I always keep on telling the people, yes, we have high technical standards, but at the end of the day, still the brewmaster, has his recipe and he brews the beer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to believe with the gigantic big brewery plants, but we do that.
And how many people did you say? 700?
Yeah, we have 700 because we have a very special setup. So we have our own logistics.
Yeah.
We have a fully equipped brewery in Salzburg, and then we have 8 distribution centers throughout Austria: Vienna, Linz, Graz, Innsbruck, and so on. So it's
I was
fully
talking
equipped.
to Michael, your distribution expert or your export person. He said that Austria is your biggest client, your biggest market.
Absolutely.
And what he does is he handles the export. We'll get into that with him later.